maim him on the leg. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a fatal injury.
The Commissioner also harped on the effectiveness of community policing, stating that first-hand disclosure of information is pivotal to safety of lives.
It's a classic case of how effective community policing can be in addressing crime in any community. Why I'm saying this is this. We had the able support of our critical partners, our stakeholders, the hunters, the So Safe, the youths in the two communities. And we really want to thank them. Everybody was on our side because everybody felt so tired. Everybody felt so tired of what the atrocities being committed by this Spartan.
With his arrest, CP Edward AJOGUN warned perpetrators of evil acts to desist from such or face the full wrath of the law. He thereafter assured people of Ogun State to stay calm but remain alert and contact the authorities when necessary. The Ogun State government has paid a condolence visit to the family of late Sunday KILANI, a truck driver who lost his life in a fatal accident in the state in the course of enforcement carried out in the state by State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps Trace. The condolence was led by the State Commissioner for Transport, Engineer Benga Dairo, with the Trace Corps Commander and CEO, Commander Sheni Ogunyemi, who assured the family of the deceased of state government support.
So we have come here today to see the family, the immediate family of the deceased, to empathize with them, to recognize that a soul has been lost, an accident has occurred, and to reassure them that this death will not be one that will be in vain. We are hoping that we will do all we can to learn from the mistakes that we made that resulted in this situation, and that none shall happen again in our state caused by this kind of accident.
Speaking on the recklessness of the drivers of articulated vehicles in the state and Nigeria at large, the Commissioner for Transportation, Engineer Dairo, says all the states all over the Federation are working relentlessly to curb the excesses of the articulated vehicle drivers, most especially container vehicles in the country.
We have some policies in place that we are working together with other transport commissioners across the country to make sure we have a national response to the risks that road users now face as a result of the activities of truck drivers. Most of these vehicles are not roadworthy. The containers they carry do not have proper latchings on them. The drivers are, for all intents and purposes, untrained. The vehicles themselves are usually unidentifiable. Neither can we identify quickly the drivers themselves. So they are a particular cause for concern. But I'm glad to report that across the country, all commissioners, state governments are pulling together with the national government to address this national problem.
The deceased, Sunday KILANI, is survived by a wife, Mrs. Morufa KILANI, 3 children, and has since been buried. As the World Health Organization, WHO, declared Africa and indeed Nigeria as polio-free, the governor of Ogun State, Prince ABIODUN, has participated in a symbolic tree planting. The governor, during the epoch-making event, promised never to take the health and well-being of the people for granted. Governor's office correspondent Tunde Olaniro reports that the government will not let down its guard to ensure that the state, and by extension Nigeria, remains polio-free. His reports.
Africa has been declared free from wild polio by the independent body, the Africa Regional Certification Commission and the World Health Organization. Ogun State, being the gateway state, is actively involved in the fight against polio, hence the symbolic tree planting.
Of the state. So the tree planting today is, a tree is a sign of life. And we are actually acknowledging the efforts of millions and thousands of people across Africa, across Nigeria, and particularly Ogun State. And at the same time, we are reminding people